Right now, voters are making their voices heard in races that could shape the state's political landscape, from the governor's office to the U.S. Senate and other key statewide contests.
Joining us live to preview what to watch tonight is Dr. Kent Wink, Associate Dean with the UT Tyler and an expert on Texas elections. Dr. Wink, thanks for joining us this evening. With polls still open, what are the major races Texans should be paying attention to tonight?
Well, obviously, we're getting national attention in the Senate race, and I think we have very good primaries on both sides for both parties tonight. I think they're going to be very close. I think the local folks in Texas probably going to be interested in the Attorney General's race as well. I think on both sides, that's going to be very close. So we could see some runoffs in May, as a matter of fact. May have to vote again.
And Dr. Wink, down to the governor's race, what are some of the key counties or regions that could tip the balance in tonight's primary?
Well, I think in the governor's race, Abbott's not going to really face too much of opposition. I think Gina Hinojosa is probably going to win pretty handily also on the Democratic side. I don't think either of those primaries are going to be particularly close tonight.
Yeah, and the U.S. Senate contest is drawing a lot of attention, and right now on the Republican and Democratic side, within the last hour, James Tallarico and Jasmine Crockett have called for Dallas County to extend voting hours after the new precinct rules for this primary election that caused confusion for voters. What could this mean for voter turnout or the final results?
Yeah, it's hard to say. One county typically doesn't make the difference. Of course, that is likely to be a county that's going to be very much in favor of her, so maybe it will help her a little bit. But remember, a lot of people have already early voted, so I don't think that's going to be decisive.
And some of these statewide races, Dr. Wink, like Attorney General and Comptroller, often fly under the radar. Why are these so important to watch tonight?
Well, I think, we have an interesting system in Texas where all the executive leaders are directly elected by the people, not very few appointed by the governor. So that gives an opportunity for people to go out and make their own selection about who they want to run. And you could see a situation maybe where a Republican wins a bunch of seats and a Democrat wins one as well. We have the power to do that in the state of Texas.
And how do votes in East Texas versus the bigger cities play a role in voting this evening?
It's interesting. What we found really over the course of the last 10 or 20 years is that rural East Texas does make a difference. I don't know if people knew it. Turnout in primaries and early voting in Smith County is higher than the rate statewide. And so while we have seen over the course of the last 10 or 12 years, suburbs becoming increasingly Democratic in general elections, at least, rural states in rural counties in East Texas and North Texas are overwhelmingly Republican. And so it does offset some of those gains that Democrats have made in the suburbs.
And Dr. Wink, I got to ask you more about this U.S. Senate race. All eyes are on that Senate race. But the big question is about Donald Trump and not selecting a nominee out of this race. How does that, I guess, shape the voter perception, knowing that Donald Trump has not accepted a nominee yet or wanted somebody to vote for him?
Well, I think an endorsement from Trump does matter in the state of Texas. And I think the president is probably not wanting to back somebody. And if that person loses, it doesn't look very good for him. So I think he's waiting. But I'm sure that he will be strongly supportive of whoever wins on the Republican side when it comes to the general election.
All right, Dr. Wink, thank you for joining us this evening.
Thank you. Glad to be here.